Hello, my name is Wisam Hallak, and this is going to be my first part of the video blog series. Now, immediately, I'd just like to address something, and that this is significantly different to the format of other videos. Other videos, they're very well edited. Some of them have like text and stuff. This is a Google slideshow. Now, you may be wondering why that is, and that's because I didn't take videos when I was in Japan. I did not take very many videos. Um, Now, as for why that is, storage issues. My phone is very bad at compressing video. Uh, so if I did take videos the entire way through, I would have no storage. So instead, I've decided to compromise with this format here, where it's just going to be a Google slideshow. I'm going to show off some of my pictures here now. This is specifically for Professor Ibaraki, so if you're not Professor Ibaraki, please feel free to move forward here. But the definition of narration via Merriam-Webster is to tell a story in great detail or to provide spoken commentary for something. I believe this fits the bill. Please don't take off any points. Please, please, please. Do we have an agreement? Please? Yes. Okay, so first let's go over, the time frame that I'm gonna be going over in this video. So I'm gonna be going over May 23rd to May 24th, which was specifically somewhere, I mean, as you probably saw in the title slide, it's gonna be the Atomic Bomb Museum and Miyajima Island. So to begin with, this is just one of the photos that I took outside of the museum. This was taken a little later in the day, so the sky's a little overcast, the lights are on, but I just thought it was really nice. This is after we already finished the tour on the 24th, I believe. So this is the Hiroshima Peace Memorial, or the Genbaku-do. Now, this building was one which was severely damaged by the atomic bomb, because, again, this is in Hiroshima, and the atomic bomb was really not that far. It was maybe like a couple of minutes. The hypocenter of the bomb was only a couple minutes walking from this location. And it's been left in a state of preserved ruin so as to memorialize the dead, I suppose is a good way to put it, and to display how destructive the atomic bomb was. And then this is just a photo of another photo from the museum exterior. Or, well, I guess this is a little further away from the exterior, but this is on the way to the museum. Now, for the sake of the tone of this blog, I'm not going to go too in depth about the actual contents of the museum here. But I will be writing a text post about it if you want to read that. I'm not sure why you would want to, but hey, it's going to be there if you want. So this is going to be a view this is going to be a photo that I took from Maoi Bridge. Now, the bridge here is about where the hypocenter of the nuclear bomb was when it dropped. Um, on the bridge, it's shaped sort of like a T, and this photo was taken. There was a little indent. I'm not sure how well I'm illustrating this, but if this is the wall, like this is the ground, this is the wall. There was a little indent in the wall that I took this photo from. As you can see the Peace Memorial over here. The museum is, I believe, a little further that way. But anyways, this is another photo near Aoi Bridge. This, however, is going to be the water of Aoi Bridge, which I just kind of took while we... Ah, yeah, I see. This, I don't know if you can see my mouse, but just in the top right, you can see the little indent that I took the photo in, but this is just a photo of the water. I was reprimanded for taking this because you shouldn't go near the water, is something that I only learned after doing this. So if you're a future student watching this, don't do that. Or do. I'm not your dad. Anyways, this is another one of the exhibits from the the Atomic Bomb Museum. This is the Flame of Peace. Now, we were guided out of the museum by a group of high schoolers. I'm sure you saw them in previous video blogs. this is the flame of peace. Now this, you can't see the flame very well, but just because there wasn't really a good way for me to get a photo inside of it. But anyways, the reason why this flame is burning is that supposedly the tagline for it, I suppose, is that the flame will keep burning until all nuclear weapons are demolished. That there's no more nuclear weapons in the world, and that so that the world will know peace. Because again, the contents of the museum very, very convincingly get across the idea that atomic bombs are a very destructive thing that should not exist. Now, this is just transit to Miyajima, but I'll take the time here to explain a little bit more of the tour aspect. So we were guided outside of the museum by a group of high schoolers. In my group's case specifically, we went to go get cake. I got a little lemon cake with lemonade, and they gave me a box with a lemon cake in it, and they put a little ice bag in it, which I think is really neat. I think it's cool that they put that little ice bag in it so that we just, whenever you have the time, you can just sit down and have the cake as though it's fresh. I like that. Otherwise, we went around to different locations around Hiroshima. There were a couple of plaques that we visited. One of the particularly notable locations was not a shrine, a memorial to a girl who had leukemia, and the story of the paper cranes. That is to say, this girl with leukemia, she was told, oh, if you fold, I believe it was if memory serves, it was 1,000 paper cranes, then you can make a wish. So she kept folding paper cranes and folding paper cranes and folding paper cranes, until she had a massive collection of them. And there was these rainbow-colored display cases with all of the paper cranes displayed and all of the visitors who gifted paper cranes to the location. It was very nice. Um, Again, I apologize for not being able to more clearly display things here, but you know how it goes with these sorts of things. But anyways, moving on from, let's switch over to Miyajima. So this is transit to Miyajima, but this is one of the photos of Miyajima that I took when we were on the port going to it. So this is Miyajima at a distance. This isn't the thing showed in the photo isn't actually a place that we visited. The actual shrine is further to the left, but this is just a photo I took on distance, and this is a photo that I took when we were actually on the boat, when we got a little bit closer to the shrine. You can see there's a significant amount of hills and wildlands, and then you could see the shrine, I'll call it for the sake of not tripping myself up, but this is the first view that we were met with once we got off of the boat and went through the little tunnel and, greeting area. This is the first view of Miyajima. There are these two pillars, and the road to the shrine is from this perspective, like to the right, and then, like this. Now, as you can see in this photo, this is a lot closer to water level, so I did take this after I got onto the island, so don't think that I put these out of order. This is the ocean. Not much to say. It's water. Now, this is not a horizontal photo. This is a vertical photo of a white torii gate, which was standing before the road to the shrine. Now, Professor Ibaraki, you can see him in the bottom right of this photo here, he advised us not to go through the middle of the gate, seeing as that is where gods walk through in Shintoism. So we just kind of walked around the gate or to the side of the gate. We didn't actually walk through it. I don't know, maybe someone did. I was in the front of the group, so I didn't really see if anybody behind me decided to commit blasphemy, but I would hope not. It's also white, which is unique for a torii gate. Now, this is a photo of the road to the shrine. As you can see, a lot of people, bright daytime. It's very nice. Let me tell you something. Miyajima was my favorite part of the entire trip, and I will prove to you that it was the favorite part. I'm sorry. That I'll prove to you that it was my favorite part of the trip later in the slideshow here, but Yeah, the weather that day was quite nice. It wasn't. It was warm, obviously. It was like the middle of May, but it wasn't so like hot that nothing could really be done. Now this is a group photo. When we took the OHIO photo, you know the one. Um, this one I didn't actually get a photo of the OHIO. I took the photo of the people taking the photo. But funny story about this photo actually. On this rock here, there was a map of one of the people here they had their map on this rock here, and everyone was busy taking the photo. I was a lot closer to the rock, but even I did not notice the fact that one of the deer on the island, because I don't believe I mentioned it, this island has a lot of deer on it, a lot of just free roaming deer. One of the deer somehow managed to sneak up behind us and started eating her map. It was surprising to say the least, because imagine my surprise. It happened like right after I took this photo too. So imagine my surprise when when I put my phone down, put it in my pocket, and then I look behind me and oh, there's a wild animal there. We managed to coax the animal away, but she did need to get a new map after that. Um, as for the actual OHIO picture itself, I'm not certain if they are going to use this one, if they're going to use a different one. Hey, they might even use the one with me in it. I doubt it, because actually during the time here, the professor, um, he went, "Oh, that's great. Oh, that's excellent." When he was done with the photo that I took, he just kind of went, "Okay, next." But anyways, this is Itsukushima Shrine. This is the famous photo, the shrine, the Torii Gate in the water. This was taken later in the day because when I took it in earlier in the day, as you can see, it's very bright, and you know how the sun is, it makes photos really hard to take. So the shrine was just kind of super oversaturated. Forgive me, I'm blanking, but um, yeah, it was a very nice shrine. But now let's go over to the actual, shrine building. This photo was taken from the road. As you can see here, the road just kind of like extends that way, and then this part over here is the shrine. So we went along the road there, and well, I went along the road there and took a photo of the shrine from this angle. Now the actual shrine itself, this is the building directly perpendicular to the, well, not perpendicular. It's just right ahead of it. That's on me for using a word that I shouldn't have. But yeah, there were a lot of different things inside of the shrine itself, which were quite nice. There was a when you enter the shrine, there was a little prayer box where you can put a monetary donation and make a prayer to one of the Shinto gods, or the kami as it is in Japanese. I did not engage with that because of religious reasons on my own part, but it was there. There were also omamori and other, good luck charms and such, as is common with shrines. Um, Now, this is the location that now the point that we are in the story. We've left the main shrine. We've gone out from the back, and then this is one of the areas beyond the main shrine area. There was like a big black gate. I'm not sure exactly what it was, but I think it was supposed to be a recreation of maybe like a castle gate or something, because there was all sorts of netting around it and such. But it was quite the spectacle. But the sun was in the way, so taking a picture of it was impossible. Um, oh, there was also a hiking trail in this little village area. There was a hiking trail that you could take up the mountain, and so these are some photos there. These are the steps up the mountain, and then once you reach the top of these steps, you're gonna see this little pagoda thing. Now this isn't actually like a full-sized tower. It's just these two floors, but from a distance, it looks very impressive. Um, so as long as nobody knows this secret, it looks very nice. Illusion doesn't have to be broken. Unfortunately, I have broken the secret for you. My bad. Now here are some more photos from the hiking trail. These are some of the photos of Miyajima from a distance. Now The problem is that the hiking trail, as you can see here, was closed after a certain point. I'm not sure if we just got there too late in the day. I'm not sure if they were like doing renovations or something, but every single way up the mountain after a certain point was just locked. There was also like a cafe that closed as I was entering the doors. So I went in the gates, and one of the workers walked down and was like, "Hey, we're closed, sorry." And so I just had to turn around. But um, yeah, I think we just got there a bit late in the day. But yeah, after we went on the hiking trip, it was pretty much the end of the day. We did get some food. We stopped by some gift stores, and I'll go through the miscellaneous knickknacks that I picked up in the area. Um, but you know, we ended the day back on the beach, took this nice photo, and the most important thing of the day was this fun little cat I found on the way back to the on the way back to the boat. It was just a stray cat. I don't know what to tell you. It was just there. And remember how I said that I was going to prove to you that this was my favorite part of the trip? That's because I asked for not one, but two photos of myself. That's how you know I was having a good time. I wanted to see my own face. Um, Now, to make good on that promise of mine, you know what? Let's go find it. Yeah, this is a nice background for it. Let's see. I'm not sure if you can see me very well because the camera's a little small, but actually, here, if you can see in that photo, I was drinking a cola, and I happen to still have the bottle with me because I collect glass bottles, and this was a fun little local cola. You'll never guess what it tastes like. It's actually mango flavored. It's a misnomer. I'm also lying is the thing. That is what we call in the business a lie. Um, Otherwise, some of the other fun things I got were this, if it wants to come off, this magnet of the Great Wave of Kanagawa. We were, to my understanding, we were not in the area depicted in the painting, but it was a nice little hexagonal magnet. I thought it was nice, so I just have it on my desk because my desk is metal. And then probably the most interesting thing I got there was this little Dharma doll. Now, as you can see, the eyes aren't eyes, they're just kind of white dots. And as I was told by Professor Naraoka, uh, you're supposed to put ink in one of the eyes and then wish for something like, oh, I'm going to put ink in this eye and then I'm going to wish for wealth or fame or, I don't know, a good night's sleep. And then once you've actually completed that wish, you fill in the other eye and then you can just kind of put it there and look at it with pride after a couple of weeks and go, I did that. That's nice. Or don't. I don't know. But yeah, that was about a recounting of the day. There were a couple of other things that were done, like there was a storyteller. There was a storyteller who had um, recounted her experience of dealing with the atomic bomb, and her family's experience of dealing with the atomic bomb. She gifted us little paper cranes. Um, Otherwise, most of what I would have to say is to do with food, and I'm quite hungry as is. But I will say, as a strong recommendation for the next group of students who come here, please try the coffee jelly on Miyajima. It is very good. The coffee jelly, I repeat, the coffee jelly. Extremely good, reasonable price, and to my understanding, it doesn't have gelatin. If it does, don't tell me. But anyways, that concludes my first video blog, and I hope to see you in the next one. Thank you.